With Fortnite Season 4's first teaser leaked, we need to know what is happening right here in this image, and I may just have the final answer. The 7 are all gone, and that may even be a good thing, so let's analyze. When we first look into all of this, we can see a goo-like texture that has the same sort of reflection as chromium, the metal in which Season 6's Spire was made out of. This goo is supposedly a melted version of that metal, and this image is even more linked to the Spire, as it includes Paradigm's hand as the main focus of the image, linking back to various hand items which tied into the Spire's main sets and storyline. Now immediately, we've made two really strong connections to the Spire to this image of hands and also chromium. But what does it all actually mean? The Spire's hands are meant to represent the souls of people. So is Paradigm almost being consumed by this chromium being, taken over? It makes sense. And this goo may even be living. We've seen things such as cubes, storms, and even the 0 point itself before, and they're all living on a sentient sort of level. They're not human, but they have emotion, they have communication. I'd say these Spire cells, they give this goo this life or this movement. Now Paradigm is being consumed by this liquid chromium or metal, but why would this sentient thing be taking her? Who is the person that is behind all of this? Who took her to the place flooded with this liquid chromium? The community's main guesses are Geno, Chaos Agent, and the Bloomwatcher. First of all, the only one that really makes sense is the Bloomwatcher. Chaos Agent never really had a big role in this story, so I doubt he'd abduct the main characters, and the goo isn't black. And as for Geno, well, it could totally be him. But for this theory, we're going to focus more on the Bloomwatcher, and you'll see why it's more likely her. The blackish blue sky we see in this image is the exact same as where we see the Bloomwatcher, and here's where it all comes together. Many have actually theorized on the fact that the Bloomwatcher is the elemental queen of Earth or nature. This clip clearly shows us that she is entirely made up of natural flora as well as this survey, and she is very likely to be the elemental Earth Queen. So now with all of that out of the way, it's time to bring this theory all together to fully tell you guys what we're doing here. In the comics, we learn that the main goal of these elemental allies and kings is to gather the most dangerous things and people and beings from around the Omniverse, and trap them to create a safer environment surrounding with less dangerous things. Ice King does this by freezing the things in place as part of a collection, and these Spire souls are trapped within a chromium-coated hand. Now, if the Spire has coated people within a metal, which is an element from the Earth, and the Bloomwatcher's area looks identical to a place where this same exact process is taking place, this entire thing makes me totally believe that this goo, which comes from the Earth because it's chromium, is being manipulated by the Bloomwatcher, as she tries to trap the 7 for the good of the Omniverse. Ever since the 0 point has been set free from the imagined order, nothing has gone right at all in any way, and the 7 are all to blame for this. Even before the IO lose, the Ice King talks to the Imagined and Jones and says that they are too dangerous to exist as they've been able to reach his throne, and he wants to freeze them as part of his collection. So the main elemental allies wish to trap the 7 because, they are pretty dangerous, and now coincidentally, the 7 have been preserved within an Earth element by someone who is very clearly Earth element related. The 7 are becoming part of the collection, and they're pretty dangerous. I don't think it's just the Bloomwatcher behind this. All of this theory is backed up even further when heard through an audio tape or the final audio tape from the scientist.
Paradigm, if you're listening to this, it means I'm gone. I don't know where they took me, and I don't know if I'll be back. I promised we'd never leave you alone again, and I promised freeing the 0 point would be safe. Everything's my fault, so whatever happens to me, I deserve it.
Here he talks about how he doesn't know where they have taken him. This implies that this is a group of people behind it, not just one. He also says that whatever happened is his fault, because he didn't leave the 0 point in safe hands. This in itself tells us that because he endangered the Omniverse and the 0 point, he has been trapped. He literally says it. What more evidence can we get? This theory is possibly the only, fully lengthy and fully explained one out there right now on this image. I haven't seen any backed up theories right now based on this teaser, so I just decided to come up with something more complex that others wouldn't really think of, and it really all comes together to give us some good connections and answers as to what this really means. What's your theory on this Season 4 teaser? Type it down in the comments below, and the best theory will get pinned. Good luck.